Hello folks, it's the 5th of January. We're coming back to life after what was actually quite a difficult period over Christmas. I went down south. Lindsay was working all over Christmas. I went down south to see family. And then I was heading back up on the 27th. And sadly Lindsay phoned to say that her dad had just passed away. I'd only seen him on Christmas Eve. So that was all pretty, as you can imagine. So I headed back up here, spent the night here, and then we drove straight back down to Essex again the next day. Spent several days down there. So it's been a sad kind of time, as you might imagine. And then we drove back. I can't remember what day it was now. We drove back up. It was a long drive up because we took a detour into Halifax for a reason that will become apparent in a future video. But while we were away, thankfully a couple of our neighbours, Alison, Rory and Pamela, looked after the animals for us, fed the dogs, fed the cats, fed the sheep, fed the chickens, did all of that stuff. But the weather turned real cold while we were gone, and then when we came back, we'd been dry, it was a 12-hour journey to get back. Went in the caravan to find water all over the floor, and basically the boiler had burst in the caravan, so wasn't exactly what we wanted to see after a 12-hour drive home. But there you go. So we got that sorted out. So we've been, we've just been quietly plodding on and getting things sorted out. And Lindsay's doing pretty good, really, all things considered. So as far as the barn goes, we've kept plodding on. We've had the just turn the music off. We've had the boiler light a few times and got the underfloor heating going, but it's so cold out. And for example, I'll show you, we're downstairs, in between all the floor joists at the head of the wall, that gap there is just open to the stonework. So the heat is just going straight out the building. Even though, the doors are all in and everything's closed off. And even in between the stud work, like there's stud work there, and then you've got the stonework, and there's a gap in there, again, open to outside. So we figured there's no point really in having the heating on just yet. We were just wasting wood. So I'm concentrating on getting all the gaps filled, basically. So I've started. See, we've put in between the rafters up here. We've got insulation, like Celotex type insulation, Kingspan type stuff. Done that all the way along, and I've started to plasterboard the ceiling. And also, it's got sound insulation up there. That's acoustic roll insulation. Also put the ducting in there for the extractor that's going to go over the island in the kitchen, which is there. Now, I hope you've ever put any of this loft roll insulation stuff up in between joists from underneath. It's an absolute pain where you don't want a pain. Here's the stuff we're using. The rolls are 1200 wide, but they put slits in them like this. You see this slit here, which means you can easily break them into either 400 widths or 600 widths. We don't need either, we need 500 really, but the trouble with that is it makes it so kind of flimsy that you put it up in between the joists, it just falls out. It's so frustrating. It's not any point even doing it. So what I'm doing instead is I'm putting it up a board at a time, one sheet at a time, and then I'm just pushing the insulation in from the end. I'm just cutting, because that's the insulation, the plasterboard's 1200 wide, so I'm just cutting strips of insulation 600 long pushing one in right to the back and then pushing the next one in. But as we go, there are things that need to be finished off in the ceiling. So, for example, this is the pipework for the waste on the shower. Also, that's the waste for the hand basin in the upstairs toilet. So that all needs to be completed, and pipework needs to come down this corner before I can plasterboard that part of the ceiling. I had to get that ducting in as well before I could finish. But this section here is going to be quite an interesting little thing. This is an idea we've come up with. So we went to B&Q some time back, and we bought, I don't know if you can see these in the light, we bought these little hanging light fittings, and along with some of these nice big, see that, these nice kind of these big bulbs where you can see the filament, the kind of a nice orange thing. You see them hanging in cafes and stuff. And the idea is that would hang above the dining table, which is kind of going to go here. It might be this table, it might not. We don't know yet. And I'm sure you've seen those lights where they've got a nice block of wood with the 3 or however many lights hanging from it. So we thought that would be a nice thing to do with a bit of the old oak or something that came out of here, or a bit of ash. Then I got thinking about something else. Can you guess what I'm going to hang above the table to put the lights on? Well, I'm going to put this up. That's a piece of stone that came out of the grip. You've heard me talk about the grip numerous times in the videos. It's the original sluiceway that was in the barn. Effectively, it was a cattle byre. It's where they kept the cows, and there was a sluice through the middle, which we found when we dug the floor out. And these, we had loads of the stones that came out, and we've reused quite a few of them on windowsills and stuff like that. I thought, wouldn't it be fantastic to have one of them hanging from the ceiling with the lights in it? Obviously, you can't put it up with screws and raw plugs. That's not going to work. So, in my head, I'm designing a bracket that is going to fix between the rafters in the right position. I've got some really good heavy-duty angle iron, which is here. It's a pretty big cross section. So I'm going to cut one of these in half. That's a 2 metre length. I'm going to cut one in half, and they will effectively be screwed to the sides of the joists. One along that joist and one along this joist, and then there'll be 3 cross members which will be welded to those, and then that whole bracket will be fixed up in between these two rafters. And then there'll be a hole drilled through the cross members with probably an 8-inch bolt, something like that. And I'll put the bolt in from the top and weld it so it's fixed, can't turn. And then the idea is that we'll obviously drill 3 holes through the stone. There'll be a big washer, big square washer, and a nut on the underside. But I'm going to cut some bits of scaffold tube, probably about somewhere around 1.5 inches long, and that will be a spacer between the ceiling and the stone. But so the stone will sit about 1.5 inches off of the ceiling, so it will kind of look like it's floating, which I think will be really neat. I've mentioned it to a couple of people, and kind of say, what, are you going to provide your dinner guests with hard hats? But I'm very happy that will be more than adequate to hold that up. I mean, it's really heavy, but hey. So I've got to get this bracket made and in place before I can carry on plasterboarding the ceiling. I think probably some stuff we've done that we haven't filmed. As Tom was up for a few days before Christmas, my boy, as was my other son, David. And we got a little bit done. We got the bathroom. It's very dark in here, you're not going to see it, but the bathroom downstairs is all plasterboarded now. The door is in. I think I must have filmed that, surely. I've lost track of what I'm doing, to be honest. And also I've finished plasterboarding up in the vaulted section up there. Again, it's a bit dark. You can just about make out the big oak cross members that are in there, but that's all boarded. So everything at this end is done now. It's ready for plastering, which is great. But the weather's, it's cold. Haven't got the boiler light for the reasons I've said. So I'm going to get the rest of this. I want to get the rest of everything plasterboarded so that once it's all sealed in, we can hit the boiler, get the temperature up, start plastering. It's a new year, and I just want to crack on really hard now. Thanks for all the wishes that we've received over the Christmas New Year period. It's been lovely to get all your messages, and I've replied to them all. I hope I haven't missed any. But we're gonna have a good year. It's going to be a great year. We're still behind, so I don't know when this video is coming out. It's, like I say, it's January the 5th. If I can get this out before the end of January, I'll be doing well. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'm going to get on and start cutting this bracket up. What I want to do now is offer this angle up and fix it underneath into the rafter, and then I'm going to trace around it, and then I'm going to route out that section so that I can actually let the steel into the wood. Otherwise it's obviously going to stick down and foul the plasterboard. So I figure that's going to be the best way to do that. Set the line there. And of course, the hole I've drilled goes exactly into the only knot in this bit of wood. Of course, I'll have to go in this hole instead. Only needs the one bolt. Marked all right. Nice. Hello folks, another day. Snow last night. Pretty slushy though. It's zero at the moment, but it's drizzling, so everything's getting a bit wet and nasty. Anyway, last night you'll have seen I routed these slots out. What a job that was. Trying to route upside down with it all flying in your face. Yeah, great fun. Anyway, they're done now. The slots are cut. I've just bolted one of the brackets up, one of the angles. I'm just going to put the other one up, and then I can get the measurements for the cross members that are going to form the part of the bracket that that will take the actual weight of the stone. Hello folks, I started to weld up the bracket from all those bits I cut, and fairly shortly into the welding process my welder, one of the earth lead melted. So popped across the road to my pal Mark, who very kindly welded the bracket up for me, and I'll try and show you. Everything's a bit cramped in here at the moment. This is the bracket. You've got the three cross pieces and the two sides. I've just got these 16mm holes drilled now for the studs, hopefully in the right place. And I've been working on the actual piece of stone. I drilled the holes, which you'll have seen me doing. 3 holes. Obviously the surface isn't flat, so I'm having to flatten the surface off, and then I've cut this hole. So this is the downside of the stone. This is what will face the room, face down. So the stud that goes through the bracket will come through this hole, washer on there, a nut on top of that, bolted down, and then this is the light fitting, which I've just cut this out in the stone, so that will sit something like that. There'll be another one there, another one there. I think they can look really smart. It takes a little bit of a while to cut these holes with just doing it with a chisel. So I'll do this one next, and so we get on it. It's a long process, so I can't really film it. I'll do a little bit of it, but show you kind of what I'm doing. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really smart feature in this room. Everybody thinks I'm mad, but hey. do. Still chipping. On the second one now though.
Oh. Ooh. Very good. Oh, that sits nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is it really hard?
It's, well, you just got to be careful. I don't want to break anything out, you know, that I don't want broken out. You know, so it's just... I don't think it's particularly hard. I mean, not that I really know, but it doesn't, you know, I'm not having to absolutely smash it. Just take my time. You know?
Oh, I wish you put your goggles on.
Glasses on.
All right. Evenly and nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Hello folks, I've just mended my welder. It had a really dodgy earth cable which I've fixed, put a new cable on it, new connectors, and it's working a treat now. So I'm just going to just put these spacers on to the bracket for the light. I've already done one. Get this these next couple on. Then I'm going to cut the studs down that are going to act just be the bolts that hold the stone up, get them in, weld them onto the bracket, and then I'm ready to put the bracket up, carry on plasterboarding. It's been a bit of a slow process getting this bracket done for various reasons, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. Hello folks, well I've welded all the spacers on now, and I've made these bolts up just by welding nuts onto the end of some stud. It's nice chunky 16mm stud. So what I've done is I've set the bracket up on the stone as it's going to be when it's in the ceiling, so that I can drop all the bolts right down through the stone before I weld them up. So there's 3 inches in the other one. Sorry, it's a bit dark in here. So the idea is that if I weld these, I'm now going to weld the nut to the bracket, and the idea is that if I do it with the stone in place, it means that when the bracket is in the ceiling and I offer the stone up to it, everything should line up. The holes in the stone should line up with the studs. That's the plan. So I've just got to take these out one at a time, clean the face of the metal up so that it will weld nicely, and then weld each one. So they're all dropping in there nicely at the moment, which means the holes are nicely lined up. So as long as we can keep it like that, it should all go together. I mean, it's going to be a fair task getting it up in place. It's so heavy, so we don't want it any more difficult than it's already going to be. I think we'll be able to do it. I'll just build a little platform and we'll lift it up on the platform, push it into place, get everything ready to go, and hopefully it'll be okay. So yeah, just got to clean these up now. Right. Just need you to, as I lift it up, one end or the other, you just have to pop that underneath there and just give it a little lever.
What?
Don't stand in front of the camera.
Oh, don't do that.
As I lift it, you need to put that.
Yeah.
No, level.
Do you want me to help?
Yes, please. As I lift it, you'll have to put that under there or under there, depending on what I say, to get it out. Ready? Right, if you can do under that one, just put that under and give it a little. Yep, keep going. This doesn't bode well, to be honest. Oh, gives it here. This doesn't bode well. Damn it.
Well, that one.
I know. I don't understand why that isn't coming out. Don't lift. I haven't done anything stupid like put a nut on the bottom of that, have I? Yeah, I have. What an idiot. What an idiot. I've put nuts on the bottom.
Why did you do that?
Oh, because I thought I was going to tap it out.
I'll take.
No,
Oh, I'll
me.
open the bottom.
What an idiot. Sometimes I amaze myself how stupid I can be.
That's why you've got me, pet. To help you out.
Yes, thank you. Excellent use of the word pet there.
It should be easier now.
Should be. Hopefully it'll just...
Yeah, we'll just lift it up now.
Hopefully. Still going to need a little bit of leverage. You'll have to go against this bit now. That's the one. A bit too much. I'll go the other end. Okay. There we go. Thank you very much. Just hope it's not that much palaver. Pull it back off, flipping heck. Yeah. Well, I think.
Then.
Well, they go. They're in. They should. I think if I cut that one off a bit shorter, hopefully that'll go in a bit easier. Oh yeah, I mean it goes in easy enough. Leverage, please. Oh, I'll tell you what it might be. It might be that this is lopsided as well. Ah, that's what it was. Oh, that's excellent. You just hold that while I get down. Good. Well, there you go.
You put it up then?
Oh, will we? Yeah.
Do you know how?
Potentially, yeah. There's the finished item.
Oh God.
I'll have to do this. Yeah.
Where? Here.
Just calm down.
I've got to come my way a bit, I think. Where I'm turning.
Yes, and
Here.
the back and my knees.
Here.
Yeah,
Is it
just
straight?
nice and easy on the drill, nice and easy. That's it. That'll do. Get the other one in.
Where? Which where?
Behind me in the middle.
Oh God.
Don't pull too hard on the trigger. Go on, keep going until I get it in. Oh. Come on. Okay. That'll do.
Do you want me to try and hold it up?
Ah, you're fine.
Okay. I don't really want to stand under there.
It's fine, you're done.
Concerned.
You've done all you need to do. Thank you very much.
Are you glad? Oh, look at that. He's a clever one, isn't he?
Well, they're going to come out. Because that'll be in the way of the plaster. So I've got holes going the other way for fixings, and then I've got these big holes for one here.
Yeah, I see those.
For
The bolts.
For bolts. Yeah.
Wow.
Just going to pull that up. There's going to be 10 fixings in here by the time we're done. 6 of them and 4 solid green bolts like this.
Oh, you're going to put that right through, are you?
Well, one there,
Yeah.
one there,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
one there,
Yeah.
one there. To be honest, it's a bit over the top.
It is a bit off-putting though to have to have guests come and have to wear a hard hat for dinner, isn't it?
They can suit themselves.
Oh, you just want to get that up now, don't you?
No.
No.
Need to recover first. timber lock screws have got a shear force, so to snap them that way of about 2 tonne.
Close then.
So there's 12 tonne plus the bolts.
Oh, I
I
think
think it'll be all right. Yeah. Well, it's
Is
there.
it difficult to drill through?
No, it's softer than them concrete blocks we've got. Particularly hard, so. Oh, look at that. It's quite a bit of kit, isn't it? This is going to be referred to as the heavy light. I don't know how much it weighs actually. I might try and weigh it before we put it up, just for fun. So I've just got to cut some studs to length and put them through, drill them through, and just to be stupidly over the top, 4 bolts that are going to go through, 2 each side, through the floor joists. And that'll be that. There we go, that is bracket complete. So there's 10 fixings in that now, 6 timber lock screws, 4-inch, and 4 16mm bolts right through the joists. I'm really pleased with that. That's well over engineered, I would say. It took me 2 or 3 days to get this all sorted out, but I think in the long run it's going to be well worth it. Hi.